Good evening, everyone. I can remember when I was younger, Nanay would always look after me and my brothers when my parents were away. And we weren't always the best behaved children. So I'm really grateful that she was always there when we needed her. And when we moved here, we weren't that close anymore as we were really far away from each other. And it's quite sad because when she came here, instead of spending more time with her, it became a burden to me. Because I was that close to her and I didn't respect her properly the way I should have. Like, it's just only once in my life that that's when we lose someone that's really close to us. That's when we realize how important they were to us. And Nana's always been an inspiration to me because she always told me to stay close to God and listen to my parents. And she's lived just such a good life. And when my mom was younger, she'd do anything in order for my mom to fulfill her dreams. And if it weren't for her, we wouldn't be here today. So I'm really grateful for her, and at the same time really sorry that I haven't been the best granddaughter. I'd like to thank all my relatives back at home in the Philippines, Auntie Mary and Tuto. Thank you so much for looking after her. We're sorry that we couldn't be here with her when she died, but I know that we have hope that one day we'll see her soon in heaven, and I hope that all of us will be there. I know this world, there's lots of evil and there's so many discouraging stuff, but we have hope that one day we'll all be there in heaven where there'll be no more death or sickness, and we'll be able to live a happy life together. I hope that all of us will be there.
I know there's more than 5 people who wants to give more testimonies for Nanay, and I think we still have time for one more. I can ask Auntie Lisa, do you want to say something? Or we know that even without words, we know that she knows, Nanay knows how much we love her so much. And so to proceed for our next part of our program, we'll be hearing another special item from the Bible Sisters. For this next part of our program, it is not included in the printed program, but I was asked by Ate Susan to give a short eulogy about Nanay. I never got a chance to be with her for the 6 months that she's been here, but for I think 3 months or so, because I remember I arrived here October 2010, and she was already here when I arrived, so this is why. So we have gathered here today to remember the life of our beloved Nanay, an individual molded by God's hands, with the sole purpose of being a blessing and to provide happiness for her family. And in the spirit of multiple nationalities, I would like to deliver this short eulogy in two languages, English and my native dialect, Bisaya. As I was mustering my thoughts as to what to say here, I was led to a deep thought of how Nanay lived in this earth. Samtang akong gitipon ng akong paghuna-huna o unsa akong isulti dinhi. Akong gihuna-huna o giunsa ni Nanay pagpangabuhi ang iyang kabuhi dinhi sa kalibutan. Of course, I didn't have the chance to know her by person. But for the 3 months that I saw her here in this church, and to see how her children and grandchildren lived, I was given a glimpse of what her life is. Wala ko kailan niya sa personal nga pagpangabuhi, pero sa tulo ka bulan, nga nakita nako siya din sa simbahan, o sa nakita nako, o unsa ang iyang mga anak, o ang mga apo, gitagaan ko gamay nga pasiplat sa iyang kinabuhi. And so, I want to briefly summarize her life into 2 major roles. Kung akong isulti ang iyang kinabuhi sa 2 ka butang. First one, Nanay as a grandparent. Being a grandparent is a great achievement. And in the case of Nanay, being a grandparent to her grandchildren is an achievement filled with pure joy and pride. I can only speak to what I know, but this I can say. Having seen some of her grandchildren grow in the spirit of service for God, tells us what kind of a grandparent Nanay is. Dako nga paghigaom ang usa kaapuhan. Sa kabuhi ni Nanay, siya ang apuhan sa iyang mga apo nga may paghigaom puno sa kalipay ug garbo sa kadayawan. Makasulti ako sa akong nahibaw-an ug ako ni masulti nga sa nakita nako sa iyang mga apo nga nidako sa espiritu sa serbisyo para sa Ginoo. Nagasulti kini ug unsang klase nga apuhan si Nanay. And number 2, Nanay as a mother. Yes, mother is the sweetest name on earth. Her love is kindled by the divine flame. The ideal mother is God's substitute on earth. She nourishes her child with her own blood in her womb and carries the child for 9 months. Oo, ang pangalan nga inahan usa ka matamis nga pangalan dinhi sa kalibutan. Ang iyang paghigugma nasigahan sa langitnon nga kalayo. Ang inahan mao kini ang puli sa Ginoo dinhi sa kalibutan. Iyang ginagalam ang iyang anak pinaagi sa iyang kaugalingon nga dugo sa iyang tiyan o iyang kiningdalon nga anak sa siyang kabulan. A mother is patient and not selfish. She sleeps not while her little one is awake, and she is worried when it is ill. Ang inahan pasensyoso o dili dalo. Di siya matug samtang ang iyang anak nga mata o magakabalaka siya kung gamasakit ang anak. Nanay's dream was so simple, to make sure her children will be successful and live happily, even if that means for her to sacrifice and labor under the heat of the sun just to provide the basic needs of the family and to make sure that her children will be sent to a school. Ang gihandom ni Nanay simple lang, Ang masiguro nga ang iyang mga anak magmahinampuson ug magkabuhi nga may kalipay, bisan pa og kini magpasabot nga magsakripisyo siya sa kainit sa adlaw para lang mahatag ang kinahanglanon sa iyang pamilya ug masiguro nga ang iyang mga anak magpaeskwela niya. And the rest is history. The evidences speak of how Nanay successfully fulfilled her dreams. She lived with sacrifices, yet the marks of pride and joy overshadows the struggles in life as she sees her children have their own families, living in harmony and peace. Ug ang tanan naging kasaysayan. Ang mga ebidensya nagasulti o giunsa ni Nanay pagkabot sa iyang mga hinandom. Ang iyang kabuhi may mga sakripisyo, pero ang marka sa bugal o kalipay nagtabon sa iyang mga kalisod sa dihang nakita na niya na ang iyang mga anak may mga pamilya na o nagakabuhi sa pagpanagduyok o kalino. And so, Nanay, we salute you for that. We remember you in our prayers, and we will surely miss you. May you rest in peace. We love you. And
I just forgot the journal. I just heard the song this afternoon, so I want everybody to back me up.